Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paroma Sharma and this is my little rectangle where I share a little bit of my life with you, and it's been a hot minute since I've said that. I figured I'd vlog today for one reason, because I'm going to want to look back at this. These are our last few hours in this home. We sold this house, we're on to different things. We've got different plans, which I'll fill you guys in on later because we are going through a little bit of a journey. So I actually want to vlog a little bit more now. I know I've said that before, but I don't know, hopefully this time it sticks. So I want to do an empty house tour, just, pan the house as it is the last time that I see it, the last time that we're here. We are exhausted. Like, I can't even hold the camera up right now. That's how exhausted I am. But everything's done. I'll show you guys right now. We have a shipping container in our driveway, which we've spent like the last month filling up little by little. We accumulated a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff got thrown out. A lot of stuff got donated, which is great. I think it's been, my arm got tired. It's been a great purge. We are absolutely exhausted though. My husband a little more than I am because he obviously did a lot more of the heavy lifting and heavy work, but we've just been working around the clock since yesterday. Funny enough, our house closing, so the buyers are going to be moving into this house tomorrow. They're actually coming by to do a last visit in about an hour. And then in the meantime, my husband and I have our essentials with us, and we're going to be bunking at my brother's condo downtown, which will be nice. So that'll be about 10 days that we're spending there, after which we get to move into our new place. So, which is, I think on August 6th or 5th, we'll be moving into our new place. Today is July 25th. We are going to be leaving here right now, going to my brother's, and then we have a wedding tonight. The first wedding ever since our wedding. Our wedding was the last wedding before COVID, and then the pandemic hit and everything's just been up in the air, but we're all double vaccinated. We're all fully vaccinated with both doses, and the rules and regulations have changed. So one of my closest friends is actually getting married. And we've been having dance practices in this house. This house has been the wedding dance practice station for everyone, from my wedding to my friends' weddings. So I'm totally exhausted. I need to go to my brother's condo downtown and take a nap before I even start getting ready. And we are performing tonight. So all in all, I knew I wanted to vlog today because I wanted to see this house, commit it to my memory, commit it to my archives one last time. Even empty as it is, it's given us such great memories. But we truly did have it at its best. The neighborhood is changing right now. This was a very new build, so we had a lot of open fields and clear open space surrounding us, but now houses are popping up all over the place. Privacy has changed. So I truly feel like we had this house at its best. For our personal preferences. So it is time to part ways with it, but it's bittersweet. So I knew I wanted to document this day specifically because it'll be my last time in this house. And then also because it's the first wedding after COVID, I want to vlog that. So I'm going to be performing actually. It's actually one of my friends from my dance group, Radix. So he's the groom. So we are going to be performing tonight. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it because I'm beat. I'm absolutely beat, but I'll worry about that later. That's later today evening. My cat is at my mom's, as are our plants. So they've all been dropped off to my mom's. She's taking care of them for the next 10 days until we move into our new place. We're a little bit nomadic for the next 10 days. I mean, I say that, but it's a little bit dramatic. I'm actually just staying at my brother's condo, right? So we do have a place to stay. It was very nice of him to clear it out, and he is also going to go to my mom's and chill there for a bit while we bunk in his condo for the next couple of days. I feel like I'm rambling on and repeating myself. I'm exhausted. Let's have a look at whatever is left of this isn't a home anymore because we've emptied it out and we're leaving and we are the home. So let's have a last look at this house. I'm recording the house one last time. Bye, Howsy Wowsy. Bye, bye. I'll close it. Bye. Bye, Howsy. I feel like I am physically and emotionally spent. It felt really weird, like moving out of our house. It's very different, I guess, from all the other times I've moved with, my mom or my family, because this was my first house. Like, it was where, I got to do things my way. It was, my home. It was my husband's home, but it was my home with my husband. So, which explains why I'm like emotionally, literally exhausted and spent. But basically, we did everything that we had to do. All done. We have left that house. It officially belongs to the new homeowners from tomorrow, but tomorrow is a Monday and my husband and I both work remotely, so we can't, be doing the shift. So we thought it's best to just do it today. And we grabbed some pizza. Pizza Pino in Ajax is like a local pizza place. Mwah, beautiful. So it was almost, I guess, like ceremonious to have Pizza Pino as our last meal. And I mean, it's not really our last meal. We can go back to Ajax whenever we want. We're also only moving, like, eventually after 10 days from now. We're moving into our new place, which is really only a 10-minute drive away from our old place. So I guess I'm being a little bit of a drama queen. And then I just took a power nap because I really, really needed it. I still feel like I need it. I feel exhausted, like, oh, sorry, I skipped over the part where we've come over to my brother's place. So we came over, I think we left around 1, grabbed some pizza. There was some serious traffic on the way here. Came here, transported all of our stuff from the car, whatever we're carrying with us between the moves. Had lunch with my brother, hung out here for a bit, and my brother headed out. I hit the bed here in his bedroom. I'm done. I was like, I need to nap. Y'all do your thing. By the time I woke up, he was gone. So he's going, like I said, he's going and hanging out at my mom's for a bit. I don't even know why I'm vlogging this. Like I don't know if this will be interesting to anyone or anything like that, but anyways, it's 5 right now. My friend's wedding that we have to go to and perform at tonight is due to start at 6. It's about probably a half an hour drive from here if the roads are clear. So I know I'm not gonna make it there for 6. I'd love to, but unfortunately it's just one of those days. I'd like to just be there, to celebrate, have dinner, and dance. Those are my priorities. So even though I'd really like to be there from the get-go, I just have to prioritize my health and just how exhausted we are. I think the fact that we're even going to a wedding today you know, I feel like some credit is due there. So, and performing, that's why I took a power nap, because it's a short performance, but it will be high energy. I don't know where I'm gonna get that energy from because I don't have it as of yet. So I have to straighten my hair, so I'm going to finally roll out of bed and actually get ready probably as quickly as I can so that we can make our way over to the venue and join the festivities. And I just want to sleep a little bit longer. This is a new weighted blanket, by the way. It was on sale on Amazon. My husband's been looking for a weighted blanket for a long time, and honestly, it's been quite nice. I have zero complaints about it. I really, really like it. Ugh, it's very heavy, but I like it. Let me show you guys the view from my brother's condo here. So, well, right when you enter, there's the washroom to your right, a large closet here with a washer and dryer combo on your left, which is actually quite nice to have for such a small Toronto condo. Then he's got a little kitchen here. That's a fridge freezer. And this is his digs. He's got a pretty sweet spot out here, huh? It's a very nice view. The blinds are closed in the bedroom right now, but the view just continues down that way. It's neat that he has a view of Ryerson, because that's actually where he graduated from. That's where he went to school. He went to Ryerson U. So I imagine I will have some energy later on this week to go out and actually do downtown-y kind of stuff. Just not today, but everything's walking distance. It's really cool. Actually, Yonge and Dundas Square Eaton Center is like right there. That's the square. So it's a pretty happening place. We're very lucky that he offered it up to us for us to stay and relax and in our own privacy. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalling and I'm gonna start getting ready now. I'm gonna go get ready.
And spoke to each other. I didn't know how much you are one of the most beautiful in terms of your appearance, in terms of your personality. And you know, you guys really are yin and yang. Right? I don't need to say that to anybody who knows you. I will say this. Marriage. And when you fight,
Good morning from downtown Toronto. I figured I didn't do an outro yesterday because, well, you'll have to bear with me. I'm a little out of touch with vlogging. And so I'm out for a morning walk, got myself a coffee. Because yesterday's vlog was cut short, I figured I'd just continue today at least a little bit into the morning. So let's go on a walk. So my brother's place is about a 5-minute walk from Yonge and Dundas Square, which is like pretty much one of the main squares in Toronto, like downtown Toronto. Yonge and Dundas, I guess, is like, for those people who don't know Canada, it's a little bit of a mini Times Square situation. So yeah, it was nice to kind of end up here. There's another square, like a main square, downtown Toronto, and that would be Nathan Phillips, which is like where City Hall is actually. So while I'm sitting at Yonge and Dundas, just having my coffee, I'm realizing what a full circle life is. I've actually performed in my younger years on this stage right here. So this is where, like right there, in front of like an audience of like 1,000 people. I performed, I think I was like maybe 15 to 18, like a couple of years during that time. A couple of years during that time I would have performed here because my mom actually used to put on like quite a, water splashing. My mom used to put on quite a fair, like a cultural event here. And yeah, just to think that it's been like 15 years since, and here I am on a stroll, sitting here, sipping on coffee in the morning. I was just taken back to like those times when coming to Yonge and Dundas Square and performing here was like something we'd look forward to all year long. We'd be like, when is summer gonna come so that we can do this? And it's surreal. Places, memories, things are kind of crazy. I think I'm also kind of on a little bit of a nostalgic trip because, you know, we just left our house. We're in limbo for 2 weeks until we go into the other one and start making it a home, albeit, you know, temporarily, but like a temporary home. So I'm gonna go back to sipping my coffee here, taking in the scenes, and I actually like how quiet and empty it is right now. And then maybe I'll find my way over to a quieter spot and fill you guys in on what's going on in life. So I found a secluded area. Actually, it's not that I found this place. I've known this place again since I was like 14, 15 probably. A lot of you might not know, I've actually grown up downtown. So I'd say from grade 7 to all the way through like high school and then university, I've been downtown. And then I took a little bit of a break from downtown until I got back into, well, started up in my career. Actually, even my paralegal program that I did was downtown, not exactly here, but Bloor Street, so like north downtown Toronto. And then after I finished my paralegal, I worked in the suburbs for about a year and a half. And then I moved downtown, like in terms of my work. So I worked at law firms downtown. So I'm very familiar with downtown Toronto. It's almost like exploring ghost town right now because pre-pandemic, I'm just so used to seeing downtown look a certain way. But so anyways, I found a little nook, or rediscovered a little nook. There actually used to be a bench here. It's right outside of Indigo on the top floor. And there used to be a little bench here, and it's a nice little quiet dead end because there's a railing here. And then this floor doesn't continue. So I used to kind of like chill here with my friends and stuff. This was like a nice spot to come. It's crazy because I've been to this specific spot here in so many different chapters of my life. And just thinking back at all of those is, I don't know, man, like this morning's been quite nostalgic for me. But yes, I came indoors because it was getting a little too hot and there's air conditioning inside Eaton Centre. I am also waiting for it to open up because I want to go all the way down to the food court and grab lunch for myself and my husband before I head back. Okay, so let's get to it. What have I been up to? I have been struggling with anxiety. I live with anxiety, and I've been getting professional help and focusing on that. In sorting through my anxiety and working through it, I guess I had to sort of shed away tasks and things that, you know, I couldn't focus on anymore, which included YouTube and making YouTube videos. I feel like with my anxiety, I get a lot of task anxiety as well. So just the added pressure of, you know, running like a YouTube channel or creating content that anyone would be interested in was a little daunting for me for a little bit. And I really go with my intuition and my gut. And if something really feels like it's weighing too heavy on me and it's just not sitting well with me, I just don't do it. If I can get away with it, I just don't do it. I know a lot of people aren't like that, but to me, and my husband makes so much fun of me when I say this kind of stuff, because I go with my feelings. That's always what I go with. What do I feel like doing? How do I feel about this? Whereas my husband is more structural in his head. It's more, what are my responsibilities and what do I need to get done? And with me, it's like I take on the things that I genuinely feel that I can take on. There's good and bad to both, but so that's a little bit about why I have been so inactive on YouTube. I've honestly, you know, the past 6 months, so the first half of this year of 2021, I've just been focusing on myself and my mental health. And, you know, with that comes shedding a lot of things, a lot of extra stuff that I can't take on. And YouTube just happened to be one of them. So with that being said, I'm actually at a point in my life now where I'd like to diary and document, like on a daily basis, if not a daily basis, maybe a weekly basis. So I thought to myself, oh, you know, I'll buy a notebook and I'll write everything out. And then I remembered, I was like, but I really liked vlogging when I was doing it, simply because it was like a visual and audio diary for myself. Whether anyone watched my vlogs or not was besides the point. The whole reason I did it was for myself, which is why when I quit it, or paused it rather, not quit, but when I paused it for a few months and, you know, maybe even a year creating YouTube videos, I did it for myself. And rather than getting a notebook and a pen, I thought I'd just pick up my camera because I felt like vlogging again. And I thought, you know, I want to be able to look back at my vlogs. That's one of the main reasons I vlog. It's a diary for myself. I like looking back at it myself. So I just felt the urge again. I felt the need again. And especially moving out of this house in Ajax, I was like, I just want a visual diary of this process. I want to be able to look back at it. I want to be able to, you know, revisit this time, especially because when you're moving and you're packing things up, you're going through the motions and you've got time restrictions and deadlines, and you're just trying to like pack everything up, donate whatever you need to, and just going through the motions. And I felt like I was losing the sentiment, which is very important to me. And so I thought I'd pick up my camera so that once I'm all settled, I can revisit it and feel the sentiments again. The sentiments of, you know, how fond I was of my first home, actually. It was my husband's house before we got married, but once I moved in, I had actually, in the 28 years of my life, I had never lived away from my mom's home. It's just culturally how we are. And it's changing. Girls move out now, guys move out now. My brother moved out, which is, you know, his apartment where we're staying right now. So things are changing, but during my time, and I think it was also a personal choice of mine, I never wanted it enough. I never wanted living alone or going off on my own enough to actually do it. So in the 28 years, I had never lived away from my mom's home. And when I moved into my husband's home, that was my first home. Technically, it was my first house. So leaving that place was really bittersweet. I'm trying to figure out what this is. This is a clean shirt, by the way. I have no clue what this is right here. See that? It's like a little white spot. Leaving my first home. Why did I do it? Let's talk about that. So we sold our house a couple of months ago. We listed our house because, well, the GTA market had gotten really, really hot. GTA meaning Greater Toronto Area. So even though Ajax is Durham region, it's the suburbs way on the outskirts of, you know, Toronto, it's still kind of like the greater Toronto area is kind of expanding year by year and kind of like eating up more of its like residual suburbs like on the outskirts. And it just turned out that Ajax, which is where we lived, fell into that bubble, and the prices skyrocketed. And my husband had gotten the place September of 2018. So by like, you know, spring of 2021, with the pandemic and the changing market, we were like 100% sure that we were getting a huge profit out of selling. And though we really loved the place, we knew from the get-go that it wasn't our forever home, even though it was a stunning home. It was a semi-detached 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It was a great house. I mean, it could easily be someone's forever home, but I think my husband and I have different visions, and we knew that that wasn't our forever home. Now the deciding factor was whether we wanted to hold on to it and keep it on as an investment. So as in, for a while we were wondering whether we wanted to move out of it and rent it out to someone, which was probably something that was going to happen this year, if the market had not gotten the way that it did. And when the market was really good, we listed it, we got a great price for it, and yeah, we cashed out. So that's the closing of that house is officially today, like it's happening now, where the new homeowners have moved in. We actually got a chance to meet them yesterday, and I was able to, you know, tell them how much love and happiness this home is filled with. We've got great memories in that house. It was just a place filled with love, people, community, and as I say this, I realize I turned my home into exactly what I've grown up in. My mom has always made it like that. The doors were always open, everyone was always welcome. So it was a great house. It was a wonderful house, but it was time to leave. Also because in and around, like across the street and around the area, I think I may have mentioned this in the beginning of the vlog a little bit, but things were changing. We had a lot of open space, a lot of like direct access to the lake, a beautiful trail, a golf course, but all of those things kind of started to kind of go out of view because more houses were being built. It's still a developing residential neighborhood. So I truly feel like we got the best out of that house. For the time that we were there, I really feel like we got the best out of it. We, you know, saw endless sunsets from the front porch, but those sunsets are changing because houses are coming up and you can no longer see the horizon. So it was just fitting. It was, everything just aligned. It was just the right time for us to leave. So when we did sell though, we weren't sure whether we were going to rent a place for a bit because prices were still really high and we really didn't want to compete and lose most of our profit from this house in trying to secure another home. So for a while we did entertain the fact that we might have rented somewhere, but we also wanted to take some of the profits from this house and get an investment property. And it just so happened, and maybe I'll talk about, you know, the law of attraction and really manifesting what you want in another video or another vlog, but it just so happened we had a very specific list of things that we wanted in an investment property, and we got exactly that. It was phenomenal, and it's honestly not that far from, you know, our now old house in Ajax. So it's still Durham region. We're only about 10 to 15 minutes away from our old house. My husband now works on the East End, so his job, even though he works mostly remotely, once in a while when he does have to go in, the job is like a 7-minute drive or something, which is crazy. I fully work remotely now, which is great, so that didn't matter to me. But basically the house that we got is a standard detached duplex, but I'll show you guys in another vlog once we actually, maybe I'll vlog the day that we actually get possession and get the keys and move in, which is in a couple of days. But that unit, so it's split into two different rental units. There's an upstairs rental unit and a main floor rental unit. The basement's unfinished, but we thought it was a great bang for our buck, and we also thought that we would be able to, with our incomes and bringing our cost of living down for about a year while we're getting rent from the property, the rent will cover most of our mortgage and our expenses, and it just financially made so much sense. I mean, we'd be renting somewhere anyways, and that would be money going into someone else's property equity. It would be building up the, you know, and paying someone else's mortgage. So we were like, if we can get something that takes off all the boxes and is within our price range and our location, then we'd rather be paying that money and have it build up in our equity than someone else's, right? And it just so turned out that we got a stellar deal. Now this investment property that we're going to be moving into, like I said, is temporary. We're probably going to be there for about a year and a half, simply because it's really far from a forever home for us. It really is just an investment property. That is really what it is, but it came at the perfect time for us. So we are very excited to move in there, and you know, it's definitely smaller than what we're used to, which is why we definitely downsized. It was great to purge, you know, everything that we've accumulated in the last 2 years. So donating as much as we can, throwing away whatever we're not carrying with us, and just downsizing. And I think there's a lot more downsizing that has to happen, but it's a little bit of a squeeze for us. But it's just me and my husband. We honestly don't need a whole lot of space. So even though we're really, really excited to move there, it is definitely going to be a challenge, because we're used to having a whole house and like extra rooms and extra closets and his and her closets and double sink washrooms, and you know, so this is going to be different. But it's going to be exciting, and I'm so excited for this journey. And again, I wanted to fill you guys in. I wanted to let you know what's been happening, what we're doing, big life changes kind of stuff. So that's where we're at. Again, I want to start vlogging because I know there's going to be a lot of this setting up stuff that I want to document, which I didn't essentially document the last time that I did it. So when I decorated our home last time, I documented some things, but not really a whole lot. And I thought this one would be a nice one to document because it's different. It's like how to make the most out of a small space, or like, you know, like storage solutions for houses without storage. And then, you know, we're going to be landlords, which is very exciting. I'm going to be furnishing and setting up the upstairs unit, which is a 2-bedroom, 2-washroom, living room and kitchen unit, which is the upper level. And so we're going to be furnishing that, fixing that up. There's going to be a couple of, you know, itsy bitsy renos going on. We're going to roll up our sleeves and try a couple of things ourselves, fixing it up in the house. So I'm super, super excited about that. And I think the excitement's kind of dawning on me more now than it was, like, let's say yesterday, when I was a little bit sad about leaving the house for the last time. But now that I'm just out and, like, you know, again, vlogging and reflecting, which is kind of a visual diary for myself, I'm realizing this is gonna be epic. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, so last September, so September of 2020, I launched my freelance social media management services, through which I got to dabble in different types of brands and, you know, work and create social media content for different kinds of brands and industries. So that was really fun, and I learned a lot. I was also able to contribute quite a bit. But like I said, remember when I stopped vlogging because it just didn't sit right with me? Well, I'm trying to prioritize different things right now. So what's happened since then is, through launching that social media freelance services, I was able to narrow it down to 2 top clients. And one of those clients has actually hired me. They wanted me full-time. They really fought hard to get me full-time, but I drew a very clear line because I wanted to prioritize my mental health. I wanted to prioritize my availability for life and myself. I've worked around the clock since I was very young. I started my career a lot earlier than, you know, my friends or my peers did. And to date, I've already worked 10 years in like the admin and office industry and law firms and all of that stuff. So I really wanted to slow down. I needed to slow down. And I think a lot of us have learned during the pandemic to prioritize ourselves and our needs. And so even though one of my clients was hell-bent and adamant on taking me on full-time, I was very, very set on not doing that. They're trying to push to change my hours a little bit. I've been working with them for about a month and a half now as an employee. Remember, I've had them as a client since like last September of 2020. But I don't know. I'm definitely not going to go full time because I need to prioritize different things in my life. With that being said, besides being on a part-time payroll with one of my clients who has now turned into my employer, I am still freelancing for one of my other clients. I said I narrowed it down to 2 top clients. And for one of my other clients, I've been freelancing, but I have found that the summer has slowed down in terms of my motivation, my level of activity. You see the person back there, I think the stores are opening up, so that's my cue to go get some food. But yeah, so my other client, which I'm still on with on a freelance basis, I'm finding it, I'm not finding the motivation. I feel like their money and efforts could go a much longer way with someone else right now who could be a little bit more focused on their brand and their initiatives. That person I'm finding is just not me right now. It was for quite a bit of time, but I think this is something I've learned recently, that things don't always have to stay the same. And when you start feeling like you want a change, you can afford a change, just do it. It's better for everyone. I'm very lucky that I can afford this change. I'm very lucky that I can call these kinds of shots. And so the month of June was very difficult for me in terms of my anxiety. And I was so lucky that my client understood that. And then I really want to come back with a bang for the month of July, but then the month of July has been all about moving. And now I do realize that there's a lot of things going on in my head, in my personal life, that I want to focus on. And I think I'm okay with this part-time job that I'm keeping, which has the potential to turn into full-time anytime I wanted to. Anytime. If I just pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm willing to, work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 now, done deal. It's there. I'm so lucky that I have that opportunity there. And so I'm going to maximize this. And I have made a very difficult decision, and I've decided to just keep that one client who has me on payroll right now. And I've decided to have a very difficult conversation with my other client this week, which I hope they'll understand. Honestly, it's for the best for them. It's for the best for me. I'm just going to part ways. And honestly, there is a part of me that's like, oh, well then, Paroma, why did you even bother launching your freelance services? You were doing so well. You were almost like a boss woman, running your own mini business. It was so fun. It was. And that's okay. I loved that experience. I got an employment opportunity, something that ticks all the right boxes for me through launching my freelance. I learned so much. I learned that I am capable of so much. There's really no reason for me to beat myself up over the fact that I need a change. And yeah, sure, it hasn't even been a full year, but I just need a change. That's all. That's all that it is. And so I have pretty much adamantly decided to have this conversation with my other client this week and just part ways amicably, wish them the best, and focus on me, our new real estate journeys, being a landlord, and just my personal life. I think I need to de-stress. I think I can afford to, and so I'd like to lean into the things that make me feel good and lean out of the things that are stressing me out. It's as plain and simple as that. And so that's my life update. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Just to remind everyone, wear your masks. I am not an anti-masker, even though I'm fully vaccinated. I was just in a place all the way back there, like all the way there, where no one goes. So I had my mask off. But now that I'm walking around, masked up again.